On January 17th of 2026, a streamer by the name of Kingsman 265 would release a YouTube video titled, "I was kicked from a $40,000 tournament." In this video, we're shown how a creator-hosted Marvel Rivals tournament quickly devolved into one of the most rage-inducing, toxic, bullying experience the internet has ever seen, with somehow the person that was being bullied the whole time was the one that got kicked from the tournament. And while this situation may not seem that big, the online world would beg to differ, because this situation went insanely viral on the internet, with Kingsman original video hitting over 2 million views in just a few days. And it didn't stop there, because somehow this situation touched all parts of the internet to the point where NBA teams were making memes about it, which eventually led to a fallout that would permanently change and ruin a few streamers' careers, while simultaneously turning the person that was bullied into a superstar. So yes, this viral story flooding your feed has some layers, and we're going to go through all of them. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Alright, so to fully grasp what's going on in the Kingsman video, we first have to talk about what game he's playing. And that is Marvel Rivals, a competitive hero shooter similar to Overwatch, where teamwork, communication, and coordination are everything. If literally even one person on your team isn't pulling their weight, the entire team suffers, which is why games like this often create the most rage, because no matter how well you play, you're still at the mercy of your team. And in tournament settings, these emotions only get amplified, especially when things like $40,000 is on the line. Now, in terms of the actual tournament where this whole thing started from, it was supposed to be a Creator Cup that showcased one of the recently added Marvel Rival characters, Deadpool, being that he was just released in January of 2026.
The Deadpool Creator Cup is upon us, taking place January 18th with a prize pool of $40,000.
And although for this tournament, you might see the number 40K thrown around a lot, that isn't how much the actual first place would have won. The reality is, the $40,000 was the total prize pool, while the first place prize was only $18,000. And since there was 6 people per team, the real amount for winning first place in this tournament would only be $3,000 per person. But the 40K figure looks and sounds better on paper, which is most likely why it keeps getting thrown around incorrectly.
There are some names that you may recognize in this tournament: Necros, J3, Ogre, Fan, Lulu Lovely, Lucky Zeal, Ara Mori, Raylene. The list goes on. This would be a 2-minute video if I named everybody.
And I forgot to mention that this guy was the one hosting it. Going through the rest of Bazm ZB's feed, it seems like the rest of the tournament preparations were solid. On January 12th, he announced that there will be 48 creators in the Deadpool Creator Cup, and on the same day, he also announced the captains. And in this context, obviously the captains are the leader of the team, but they would also be drafting people onto their team. Kind of like those recess games you never got picked up for back when you were a kid. But the reason this is important is because it signifies a lot of these people wouldn't know each other. And in a game where chemistry and teamwork is everything, playing a cash prize competitive tournament with a bunch of randoms drafted on the team could be a major issue. And spoiler alert, it kinda was. So now that we pretty much have the basic background and tournament info out of the way, as well as the captains picking their teams,
Who would you like for your first duelist pick?
Wait,
in the Deadpool
I
draft?
would like Kingsman, please.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm on Cece's team. That's
Feel
not
free to
bad.
take
That's
your
not
time.
bad.
let's get into the tournament itself, because after all, this is where it all started. Now, as you likely heard in the last clip, Cece was the team captain that picked up Kingsman, and she also picked up some other people named Big Puffer, Zaza Stack, Lucy, and Casey, which isn't to be confused with Cece. And yes, you would be surprised by how many people get these two confused. And since the team selections were made 5 days before the actual tournament, some creators in the space gave their opinions on how the teams would perform. And in terms of Cece's team, it wasn't that well. And while some people remained objective, expressing their strengths as a team,
Third team in draft order, Cece's team. Now, there are some heavy hitters on here. I know you see Kingsman. This guy is the only person I know that nuzlocked himself in Marvel Rivals to climb. If you're unfamiliar with Zaza Stack, godlike Black Widow, by the way. Just insane Black Widow.
other people would make godlike pre-fires and predict exactly what would happen in the tournament, stating, "This team isn't going far. This don't look like a team Kingsman will play well with. Feel like they're not going to take the tourney as serious as him." And I want you guys to remember what this comment says for the future, because immediately after this team started playing together, the problems had already started.
Triple. That's what makes him really good, is triple support.
Is anybody we're not gonna run triple support.
We're not gonna run triple support for the tournament?
No, we're not.
Where did you get that idea that we were?
Jeez, we lost. What?
Right. Where is this triple support coming from? I don't really
Okay, then we don't play. Okay, well, this is gonna be a hard tourney then.
Automatically, the biggest problem this team was facing was coming up with a strategy. Certain team members like Cece and Zaza had one idea of playing, while Kingsman had another. The only difference was that Kingsman's strategies were based off of experience and logic, while theirs was based off of vibes. If I hadn't already mentioned by now, Kingsman was by far the best player on that team. At that point, he's had thousands of hours of playtime, been rank 1 before on the leaderboards, and had already been top 500 on every role in the game. Meaning Kingsman wasn't just good at the game, he was elite.
I don't care about, like, guys, I want to win the game. And I know what will work and what won't work. I've played this game for thousands of hours, okay? I know exactly what comp will work and exactly what comp will not work. This is just how it works. Respectfully, I've been rank 1 before. I've been top 500 on every single role. I'm very accomplished. I know what I'm doing. I'm not being egotistical about it. I'm simply stating the facts. That's what will happen. I'm just here to win the tournament, you know?
Based on this information and his skill set, 99% of people would listen to him in a tournament setting, and that's the logical thing to do. However, in this scenario, that didn't happen, which led to more arguing.
So
Bucky will prevent that.
Like, no one is living a 5-man run into their spawn, bro. Kingsman, shut up, bro. Just mic off.
They're living with triple support.
Thank you.
You made your point and it's not gonna happen.
Okay, so
All chats are getting annoyed now.
point proven right now. Do you understand?
No, it's
Well,
not.
you've been making
Yes,
me play
it
shit.
is!
Of course I'm gonna
How
play.
do you not see the problem right now?
First of all, it's
That ass Kingsman, like, shut the fuck up.
Okay, bro.
You're doing too much.
Lucy's not even.
In this segment that I just played, he's arguing with Zaza and Cece on why Zaza shouldn't be playing Black Widow. Kingsman is arguing that Zaza should play a better character that best suits the team's needs, which as a result would give them a better chance at winning the money. And the two girls are arguing back that they should be able to play whatever characters that they want, completely disregarding Kingsman's logical and strategic idea. And remember, this tournament is for a cash prize, meaning they should be willing to play whatever character best suits the team. It also doesn't help that the Black Widow in question, Zaza, is currently 0-5, meaning she has 0 kills and 5 deaths. Kingsman, on the other hand, has 18 kills and 2 deaths, and he's quite literally carrying his team right now. So once again, not only does he have the resume of being the best player on this team, he's also proving it in real time. However, the team he's playing with would rather argue than listen to him.
Guys, listen. You may not want the money, but I do, okay? I really want to win. I need money for college. I need money for everything. And I want to try my hardest to get the right composition.
For real, bro. The next time I bring up this topic, I will use you, bro. It's not happening this game. Maybe we consider it again, but like, I don't think so, bro.
And in case you guys couldn't hear, their response to him saying he needs the money for college was, "I will mute you if you keep talking about this topic." It isn't happening. Interactions like these between the team and Kingsman would increasingly become normal, up until the point to where they were practically just bullying him for having an opinion.
If we run into like Snake Case's team, can you please play Bucky? Because
We
these
are running
teams.
into Snake Case's team. I don't understand, bro. I don't get it. You're making me mad, bro. We've been playing against Snake Case's team. This is their team. The only difference is one support player, bro. We won! Shut up now, bro. Like, I'm tired of it. This is fucking getting annoying and you're making Zaza sad. Like, it's not gonna happen. She's gonna play Black Widow, so just shut up for 2 seconds and just play this goddamn sprint.
Games.
Listen, guys, I have
She's
no.
not gonna be good every game.
quarrels.
I like, honestly, yeah, but
I'm just
don't think
saying
you-
purely for the composition, like Bucky or something that can peel for the sports. If you're getting permadove like that, is better because Widow is so frail and so squishy, and I know this because I've gone against every Black Widow, number 1 Black Widow, all of them. And you run full dive in a top elo, you just dive her and you explode her like a bug. That's just what happens.
Yeah.
That's
That's such a good point. You're so right about that. And we're still gonna play Widow.
And it's at this moment of the video where you guys will probably realize this isn't even about the game anymore. It's about ego. No matter how much Kingsman tries to apply logic, these girls' egos are just too big and they won't listen. Which honestly brings us back to the beginning of the video where I said hero shooter games cause the most rage. Because no matter how well you play, you're still at the mercy of your team. And in a situation where your team would rather bully and be toxic to you rather than listen, there's simply nothing you can do about it. After the team was finished playing scrim / practicing for the tournament that was coming up, while on stream, like 20 minutes later, Kingsman would receive a notification that said he was kicked from the tournament.
Okay, guys. Well, I was just kicked out of the tournament. Well, unfortunate. Yep, I know. I've been messaging Basim for the past, like, 20 minutes, and there's nothing to do. I just gotta get removed, I guess. Wow. What a joke, bro.
The story goes that after the team was done scrimming/practicing, Zaza Stack's boyfriend named Kaplunk_, who's also in the Marvel Rivals community, clipped a bunch of out-of-context clips of Kingsman going back and forth with the team and proceeded to send them to the tournament's host, Basim. And Basim, without confirming or even talking to Kingsman himself, promptly removed him from the tournament, which is absolutely insane.
Kingsman was kicked out of the tournament, not by anybody else, not by any prod member, not by anybody else. All right. The reason for that is because he violated the rules that are completely written perfectly in the Discord. Warning is not an option, no, because if there's warnings, everybody's going to get warnings. There's a zero tolerance policy. A lot of people to switch to different team comps. I understand he wants to win. I get it. You cannot avoid the fact it was very toxic. There's a lot.
What makes it so toxic? Their interaction with it makes it toxic. He's not being bad.
All right.
This guy's acting like this kid broke the fucking law because he wanted to win the game. What the fuck is happening right now?
And that right there, friends, is what led us to Kingsman posting an hour and 16-minute long video titled, "I was kicked from a $40,000 tournament." I think it's also important to add that after they kicked Kingsman off the team, they got destroyed in the tournament, coming second to last as a team and losing 7 out of the 8 games they played. So yes, they quite literally got their best player kicked. Now, after Kingsman posted the video on his page, it started gaining a bit of traction, which prompted Zaza Stack's boyfriend Kaplunk to release a 24-page Google document explaining why he got Kingsman kicked. And obviously, since we're this far in the video, we know that Google Doc was BS, which is why he deleted it and privated his Twitter account. But unfortunately for him, people saved it and now we can read it. So to give a simplified sum of what's inside this document, basically Kaplunk was accusing Kingsman of being constantly negative to the team, hurting the team morale, and crossing the line from competitiveness into unprofessional. And mind you, he apparently did all 3 of those things by simply asking Zaza to switch off of Black Widow. And I just want to give an FYI, Kaplunk had nothing to do with the tournament. He was simply watching his girlfriend play on stream, got mad, and then decided to get Kingsman kicked. And the fact that some random streamer's boyfriend had that kind of power is actually crazy to me. Anyway, after this insanely one-sided Google Doc released, something that I've never seen before happened, which was Kaplunk editing the document live while hundreds of people were reading it.
Oh! What is happening? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Quite literally the most unserious exposed document I've ever seen in my life. But Kaplunk wasn't the only person to make a response to the Kingsman video, because the main antagonizer that was actually in the tournament, Cece, who was also the team leader, also made a response video titled "The Truth Behind the $40,000 Tournament." Now, before we actually talk about Cece's video, I want to go over a few things that people noticed, with one of them being that this is the only video on her channel where she isn't using a face cam. And look, while it might be out of the ordinary for her channel, considering every other video has a face cam on, by itself, it isn't something that I would consider weird. But that's where the next part comes in, which is her voice.
I'm going to speak about it. I'll be addressing any allegations or anything that's not true, as well as I included a clip that Kingsman left out in his conversation with Entei, because Kingsman thought it was like rage bait or something, but Entei took the words right out of my mouth. Like, I could not have phrased it better. And if you take it from a third-party perspective, you might be able to digest it a little better.
After listening to her talk in this video, it's kinda obvious that she's making her voice sound higher. And you can even see this if you compare it to other videos on this channel. This is how she sounds in the response.
I'll be addressing any allegations or anything that's not true, as well as I included a clip that Kingsman left out in his conversation.
And this is how she sounds normally.
I read which site the enemy was going to every round. Watch how I use my setup to secure an easy win.
Hell, you can even compare it to how she was talking to Kingsman on the stream. This is her response video.
With Entei, because Kingsman thought it was like rage bait or something, but
And this is how she sounds talking to Kingsman.
First of all, it's that ass Kingsman, like, shut the fuck up.
Okay, bro.
You're doing too much.
So obviously something's going on here. Some people might say she's playing into the innocent, cute anime girl type aesthetic, where she's purposefully making her voice sound higher so people think she's innocent. And I'm not gonna lie, I am those some people, because I 100% believe that's what she's trying to act like. But I digress, because if you see this like ratio, it clearly did not work. Cece's entire response video can honestly be summed up in 2 sentences. 1, the vibes were more important than the tournament money itself.
from day one, I told Kingsman, rule number 1, don't tilt my team, and rule number 2, don't bring the vibes down on the team. A lot of you guys are underestimating how important vibes are in a team scenario.
And 2, it's all Kingsman's fault. Everything in this video, regardless of whether or not she's bringing up Zaza or the fact that she could have managed things better as a team leader, goes back to, well, it's still Kingsman's fault.
And then we get to the infamous game where she's 0-5. I want you guys to understand, she was gonna go 0-5 no matter what she played. Why? Because Kingsman was breathing down her neck, in her ear, for the last 30 minutes.
Once again, why did Black Widow go 0-5? Well, because I guess Kingsman had mind control. That singular clip basically sums up this entire video. And when you hear someone incapable of taking accountability, it's frustrating, which is why she got absolutely torched in her comment section. Did you made your voice higher in pitch to sound more innocent? LMAO. 61,000 likes. Bro, fuck your vibes. 42,000 likes. You're like the CEO of not taking accountability. 49,000 likes. And if you thought this comment section was bad, everything was about to get a million times worse. Because not only was this response not received well by the public, she would now have to deal with Kingsman's video gaining some serious traction. This right here is a graph of Kingsman's video's views. And as you can see, after day 1, it only had 100,000 views. But after day 2, it would have 400,000. And after day 3, it would hit over 1 million. Kingsman's video had successfully broken out of the Marvel Rivals community and went viral on the mainstream. Suddenly, all at once on every platform, everyone was talking about this situation. And everyone pretty quickly figured out who the villain of this story was. And that was Cece. Now, obviously in context, there are multiple villains to this story. For instance, you have Kaplunked, who's the one that actually got him kicked from the tournament. Or you have Bazim, the host of the tournament, who kicked Kingsman without even talking to him first. Or you have Zaza, the actual Black Widow, who wouldn't switch characters. And then you have background characters like Lucy, who joined neutral but at the end was encouraging the toxic behavior on Kingsman. But regardless of all of that, none of them would receive the hate like Cece, which is probably because she was the most vocal in the stream and because she's the one that made the response video. As Kingsman's video continued growing online, Cece would make a few more responses on Twitter, with this one saying, "I'm sorry I failed to realize that I need to take proper accountability on here as well. Many of you saw my replies and they were defensive, deflecting, and argumentative. I was busy fighting to defend myself and I've deleted them now because I've realized what you guys really wanted from me was a sincere apology." And for those that may be a bit confused, a bunch of screenshots of Cece on different social media apps like TikTok, Twitter, and Discord came out of her still blaming Kingsman for everything. With this TikTok comment said, "LOL glazing Kingsman's for what? Now y'all gonna lose, kicked out y'all best player LOL." And she responded, "He did it to himself." Another comment on TikTok said, "Got your best player kicked from the team, goodbye 40k, hello good vibes." And Cece responded, "3k and we've got better players and vibes now." There was also screenshots that came out of her on Discord of Cece mocking Kingsman for playing video games all his life and saying that's the reason he lacks social skills. However, mocking someone for playing video games for a living doesn't really make much sense when her career is literally playing video games for a living. It's the equivalent of Spider-Man making fun of Spider-Man for being Spider-Man. Makes no sense. Cece also managed to blame panic attacks as the reason of why she insulted Kingsman, saying he had a lack of social skills. And she added, "I deeply regret it and I apologize for flinging another insult. This shows I have terrible character, but I will be working on watching the words I say and getting help with my panic attacks." Community note, she doesn't actually feel bad. This is a PR move. I'm not gonna lie, the funniest part about about this whole situation isn't even Cece's responses. It's the community notes to Cece's responses. After every response she would give, the community note would literally kill any lie she was trying to tell. For example, on one of her initial tweets, January 18th, she was talking about Kingsman and how she wasn't to blame for him getting kicked. And the community note responded, "You fostered the toxic environment. You were one of the most disrespectful people there." Another example is when she tried to apologize for not taking proper accountability at first. The community note replied, "Even after the initial situation calmed down, Cece continued to bully Kingsman and speak ill of him across social media. Cece has a history of attacking other players and talking trash." So yeah, things were not looking good for C-Dog. And as she would continue to respond to things on Twitter and keep getting ratioed, Kingsman's video would only get more popular, which led to more support for him, but exponentially as much hate for her. And this is around the time where the story had got so big, it started reaching mainstream attention. And because of that, you had literal basketball team referencing the situation in their TikToks. Like the Atlanta Hawks did when they said how Kingsman felt after watching his old team get destroyed in the Rivals tournament. Like, I don't think you guys understand how crazy it is to have a basketball team post about such a niche drama that you're going through. And the fact that this video performed better than mostly all the other ones is even crazier. And Cece's luck just kept getting worse after this, because the next unlucky thing that could have happened, and that was Penguin Zero's finding out about the situation and him making a video about it. Or as some people like to say, getting ulted on. And I'm not sure if you guys paid attention to it, but something else that was equally as damaging to her that also happened while he posted this video was that his thumbnail was one of Cece's tweets, basically branding her as the face of this whole drama, when in reality, she wasn't even the one that got him kicked from the tournament. So it's at this point that the entire internet hates Cece. Every tweet or response she posts gets like 8 to 10 million views, but only 2,000 likes. In all the comments, well, they're just saying that she's cooked because she honestly is. Her career and legacy in the Marvel space will always be remembered for this. I mean, by just taking one look at her Instagram and looking at the comments, this one comment has 10,000 likes, and it says, "Good idea to take lots of pictures on your back because this is the only position anyone's ever gonna watch you in." And my god, even that wouldn't hurt me. POV, you're 1 in 8, 11,000 likes. Just as I thought, trash, 10,000 likes. And this is on Instagram, by the way. And I bet at this point, you're kind of wondering where everybody else is. Because yes, while she was one of the main antagonizers, she didn't create the situation alone. And well, everybody else kinda got off easy. As I said earlier, Kaplunk, which is the one who got him kicked from the tournament in the first place, privated his Twitter account and his TikTok, so there's no really contacting him. Basim, being the host of the event and the one who ultimately kicked Kingsman from the tournament, took full responsibility and said he was wrong.
The people, when they come in here, when they hate, they're justified in what they're saying. They're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. 100%. No question about it. Like, there's no beating around the bush. I don't know why it's like difficult to admit when you're wrong and when you f***ed up. I made a decision based off of haste and based off of misinformation, but everybody in the team knew what was going on. Everybody in this team knew what was going on, and the fact that nobody told me it was... That's whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Surprisingly, Zaza Stagg didn't even face as much hate as Cece did, considering this whole thing started because she wouldn't switch off of Black Widow. And although in some of her tweets she's doubling and even tripling down on the fact that she didn't do anything wrong in the situation, her tweets are only getting a fourth of what Cece's are getting. But we're not done yet, because things were still about to get worse for Cece. Because in the middle of all of this, Kingsman265 made a Twitter account to literally talk about this situation. And in his first post, he says, "Have fun with your meeting to find out who the spies are in your secret tunnel." And I'm pretty sure this means that she has a private Discord server and somebody in there is sending screenshots of everything to Kingsman, which is just insane. He follows up his next tweet posting screenshots of that private Discord server with messages of Cece saying she just put 12 ads on the YouTube video, which kind of signifies she isn't taking any of this seriously. And in his next and final tweet, he drops a Google document. And in this Google Doc titled The Cece Files, he posts all of his DMs with Cece. And Cece starts off saying, "Bro, please do something. These fucking NPCs in my Discord server, TikTok chat, Instagram comments, streams. I told them not to harass anyone like 40 times in my video. If you have like Twitch names, I can ban them. Holy fuck, they think I'm responsible for banning you when all I said was I agree with Basim. He was gonna boo you anyways no matter what I did. I wish you asked for clarification before you posted this godforsaken video. Instead, I'm here fighting panic attacks and mass banning people on X different platforms. Make another post or delete the video if you really care. Hello, do you have any response? Just like you want 40K, I want some peace of mind for the next time I go live. And honestly, I kinda did assume that she was gonna ask him to delete the video, because quite possibly no one could have expected this was going to get over 2.4 million views in 6 days. He then responds saying, I am not deleting the video. It's legit just the VOD, but I have already told my viewers like a trillion times not to harass anyone, and I'll keep saying that at the start of my streams and banning whoever I see. She then requested again for the video to be taken down, and he stood on business and said no. And at this point, I think she's completely lost her mind in the DMs, because she starts tweaking. Oh, sorry, are you uncomfortable that I'm not taking no for an answer? The same way you didn't take no for an answer for an hour. Or the fact that the only thing you said to the team was about money. Like seriously, bro, why the fuck would I want to kick you if I insisted you stay after you said you want to go play ranked? Thanks for throwing me under the fucking bus and into unlimited harassment for X amount of weeks, if not months. Get your fucking clicks now, all because your own actions got you banned and you can't accept that. Usually I'd be mature, but I don't owe you that if you can't even see how you're in the wrong. You are an asshole for harassing Zaza for a whole hour and making her upset even after we said to stop, and now I'm getting that harassment 10x fold. Sorry to hear that. Stop lying, you're not sorry. It then pretty much ends off with him saying, I'm done talking, good luck on the tournament. And her saying, you know, I hard defended you when Inti drama farmed. And then she started going into some drama that was completely unrelated. So yeah, it's definitely kind of strange how publicly she's apologizing, but privately, she's still not taking any accountability and making it seem like it's completely his fault. However, it seems like regardless of how much she apologizes publicly, it still doesn't matter, because some of her sponsors would wind up finding out about the situation. And as a result, they dropped her. As a direct result of the tournament, she wound up losing a sponsorship with Infinity Mice, and she would be kicked out of the creator program for Soloris GG. And by the way, all of this happened over a completely avoidable situation. And honestly, when I think of everything that's transpired, it reminds me of that one RDC meme, where Mark is hiding and crying, and his friend is getting jumped in the back. And Mark pretty much signifies everybody that was on that team that was hating on Kingsman, while the friend getting jumped in the back is Cece, because she's taking the brunt of all of this. So yeah, while Cece's career is over and her reputation is forever tainted, this situation also brought us the start of a new career, and a bright one at that. If my estimations are correct, before this whole situation started, Kingsman was at either 10,000 or less subscribers, but now 7 days later, he's at 265,000. He's also currently at 213,000 followers on Twitch, and if this tweet is correct, he's gotten over 10,000 paid Twitch subscribers and even paid for his college this year and most likely the next. And if that isn't crazy enough, I'm pretty sure he's earned over like $10,000 from pure donations over the past couple days, with him getting singular donations of like $3,000, $1,500, $500.
Oh my god, somebody donated. No fucking way. Bro. FN Donnie Darko donated $1,000, bro. He said, this went viral because it needed to go viral. You deserve the success, King. Holy shit, bro.
And it wouldn't be crazy to say that after all of this drama, I'm pretty sure he's earned around this amount right here, which he would have never earned even if he won the tournament. And Kingsman is so up that the brand that dropped Cece as a sponsor was looking to get in contact with him, which is just insanity. So yeah, this should be a lesson to everyone to just be kind.